Hey, hi everybody again. This is Joseph again. I got another video. This is my third video today. I think I got a little energy to do it. Because my main thing is to bring more content to you and to give more information. Not because I know too much, but because it's good, whenever I get some information, that's the main thing of my channel. I have to inform, educate, and try to educate whatever I learn, and that's how we learn. And if you have anything new we can learn from each other, you can always post it on my page too. I like learning too. I like learning new things. And again, as a reminder for those who have not subscribed for the first time, they have come to my channel, kindly requesting that you may subscribe. And those who are coming as regular on my channel, feel free to enjoy. So this is another video. I want to talk about the top 10 saddest countries in the world 2020. When you're talking about saddest or the unhappiest, it's good to know these countries so that, probably you might pray for them and you don't want to land into these sad countries. You always want to be joyful. You want to be happy. So it's good to know, those countries which are sad. Why are they sad? Why are they unhappy countries? Why are those citizens unhappy, people from those countries? So most developed nations are ranked as the happiest due to the comfortable life their citizens enjoy and easy access to human needs and amenities. The saddest countries in the world struggle to acquire basic amenities and are often destroyed with either natural disasters, human conflict, or unfair distribution of resources. The decline of an economy and government negligence and abuse of human rights are factors that make citizens unhappy. So World Happiness Report is released yearly, ranking countries on how happy or sad they are. WHO based its ranking on 6 variables. These are income, freedom, trust, health, life expectancy, social support, and generosity. The first time the report was made public was in 2012. Most of the saddest countries are from Africa, the Caribbean, and Asia, which is so sad. So the following are the top 10 unhappiest countries. Number 1 on the list is South Sudan. So why is South Sudan a sad country? The landlocked East Central African country has been marred by civil wars for years. South Sudan seceded from Sudan in July 2011 after the majority came to vote for the referendum supporting the split. This was after decades of conflict and loss of rights. We all know that, this country was suffering for too long, with guerrilla war and other, internal conflicts from, it was civil unrest for a very long time. So more than 2 million people lost their lives in the civil wars. South Sudan became the newest independent country after the secession in 2011. The split marked a new beginning for many South Sudanese people, with some of the population that had fled the war getting back to the country. Their joy and hope were, however, short-lived, as the country is still suffering from political instability, even up to now. So, number 2, saddest country is Central African Republic. All these countries, most of them are in Africa. This is another African country. The Central African Republic is one of the many African countries with large amounts of minerals and other natural resources. It's so sad. The country is still sad even with all these resources. The Francophone, which means this was a country which was under French colonies. This country has numerous mineral deposits, including uranium reserves, crude oil, gold, and diamonds. The country is also known for producing cobalt, rubber, and hydropower. So it's a very resourceful country, you can see. But despite the many resources, the Central African Republic is still classified as a struggling economy. It's in the same class with Zaire or the Republic of Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo. It got all minerals. I think is one of the country in the world that got a lot of minerals, but it's still, struggling economically. The gross domestic product starts at 2.2 billion for this Central African Republic country, with a population heading to 5 million. Central African Republic has also experienced internal battles involving the government, rebels, and militias. The conflicts were fueled by the demand for power and sometimes religious intolerance. This is the same case with Democratic Republic of Congo. It's the civil unrest, the government, fighting. The civil unrest have caused these countries, it have caused the happiness. It have caused life. So these countries, unless something is done by their own government leaders and citizens, these countries, they going down spiral, which is not a good thing. So number 3 is Afghanistan. Among the saddest countries, Afghanistan is another war-torn country. The war have been, all over the country for a long time. So the peace have been a vocabulary in this country. So the Islamic Republic of Afghanistan has a population of 37 million people. The landlocked country in South and Central Asia is known for producing natural gas and oil. Listen there. Most of these countries, they still have natural resources, but because they are not peaceful, the economy and the medical startups, always get affected. I think the war is the worst thing or the worst disaster a country can have or can, embrace. Although agriculture is the primary source of income, Afghanistan is known for producing the best pomegranate in Asia. Before Islam came to the country, Buddhism and Zionism were the dominant religions. The first democratically elected head of state was Hamid Karzai, elected in December 2004. Afghanistan has experienced both internal and external conflicts over the year and is the saddest country in Asia. The security situation is volatile, making it unsafe to travel without properly taking safety measures into concern. Number 4 is Tanzania. This is our neighbor, Tanzania. What's wrong with Tanzania? Tanzania is a beautiful and peaceful East African country. It is home to Africa's highest mountain, Mount Kilimanjaro, and exotic wildlife. The country is also known to have some of the most beautiful tourist destinations in Africa. They include the famous Serengeti National Park, Ngorongoro Conservation Area, Pemba Island, and Zanzibar beaches. Unfortunately, the country still grapples from poverty, diseases, and poor government policies. Very sad again. But I think Magufuli, the late Magufuli, at least he revived the country, he revamped the economy, and something is going, and we are very positive with this country, Tanzania. I think they have taken the right trend, and eventually I think it will be one of the most peaceful and one of the most stable countries in Africa. So Rwanda comes number 5. Rwanda is one of the fastest growing economies in Africa. The small nation has witnessed massive progress since the 1994 genocide. Scars of the genocide continue to be felt by many Rwandese people today. The war resulted in the death of over 1 million Rwandese people. The mass killings of Tutsis and Twas and a few Hurus Hutus are among the ugliest side of the country history. I think this country have lost most of the people in Africa through the civil war between the Tutsi and Hutus. Those were the main warring tribes. So America and the French government are reported to have also fueled the war. Okay, I can explain more than that. Rwanda, however, lost after the unfortunate killings and continues to build a powerhouse image in Africa. The country's tourism industry is growing thanks to the well-maintained conservancies, national parks, and wildlife. Number 6 is Yemen. The Republic of Yemen is located at the southern end of the Arabian Peninsula in Western Asia. The country has a population of 28 million with a gross domestic product of $26.91 billion. Yemen does well in the agriculture sector. The country also has reserves of crude oil, and gas. Even with the resources, the country has not progressed over the years due to mismanagement of the economy and civil wars. We're talking about civil wars. In a country which is marred by civil wars, there is no peace, there is no economic progress or improvement, there is no infrastructure going on. So this country is also affected by that. The conflict can be traced back to 2011 when the country sank into political instability due to a failure of a smooth transition of government during the Arab Spring. The Yemen civil war started in 2015 between two factions, the Abrabu Manjur hard-led Yemen government and the Houthi armed movement. Number 7 down on the line is Malawi. Malawi has a population of 18 million. The landlocked Southeast African country has beautiful landscapes and a distinct topography with a great Rift Valley cut through it. Malawi is popularly known for Lake Malawi, wildlife, and rich culture. Lake Malawi is a source of income for many citizens thanks to the fishing that happens and touring around the lake. Many Malawians, however, suffer from hardship due to government neglect, diseases, and corruption. The agriculture sector has had problems for the longest time, with the country experiencing low crop outputs and continuous drought in many parts of the country. So it's very sad. It's another African country. Now we're going to Asia. In Syria, it's number 8. Syria has a growing population of 16 million people. The country has been destroyed with domestic and international disputes that have led to the loss of lives and property in the country. Due to the conflict, the country's name is now almost synonymous with war. The Syrian uprising has been an ongoing conflict in the Western Asia country for about a decade now. Syria is led by Bashar al-Assad, a brutal dictator known to oppress Syrians, especially those that go against his barbaric laws. Even with the ongoing war, Syria continues to become a country of interest for many Western powers thanks to the oil and gas in the country. Other natural resources in Syria include phosphate, iron, chrome and manganese ores, marble, gypsum, asphalt, and salt. Wow, Syria. Number 9 is Botswana. Botswana is a small South African country with a stable economy. The landlocked country has a huge wealth of natural resources and a stunning safari destination. Some of the most popular tourist spots in Botswana include the Okavango Delta, the Kalahari Desert, and the Chobe National Park. Botswana also has a large deposit of minerals. This includes diamonds, silver, copper, nickel, coal, soda ash, potash, and iron ore. You can imagine Botswana is, I think, he have the best economy per capita in Africa, but it's still a sad country. So on the whole list, is the richest country, I believe, per capita. but it is still, the citizens are still sad. Botswana is in the same league as Syria and the Republic of Haiti, which has continued to face significant humanitarian, political, and development challenges. 75% of citizens live on less than $2 per day, and half of the population earn less than $1 per day. Wow, this is Botswana. It's a small country, but there is no peace. Sad to hear that. And last but not the least on the list is Haiti, which is a Caribbean country that shares the island of Hispaniola with the Dominican Republic to its east. The country has a population of 11 million people with a gross domestic product of $9 billion. Haiti is famous for its long sandy beaches and amazing views on the Caribbean Sea. The country's economy is sustained by tourism, the export of natural resources that include minerals like bauxite, copper, calcium carbonate, gold, and marble. However, the economic curve does not rise as far due to factors like low income, natural disasters, and weak policies. The saddest country in the world rankings are not meant to prejudice nationals, but to encourage governments and citizens to improve where they have failed. That's the message. The ugliest countries in the world may not have everything happy countries have, but their citizens are still loving and patriotic. It's so sad to hear that because, guess who suffer? Most of these collapsed countries. That the problem is, these saddest countries because of war and corruption. Because we still have billionaires and millionaires in those countries. But guess what? The citizens are the one who suffers. They are the victims of all these, of all these disastrous measures taken by the rich people, the rich barons, the business people, the educated people in those countries. They're taking advantage of them. They're overtaxing these people. But what are they left with? Most of them cannot even afford to eat. Clothes. They can't take their children they can't afford to educate their kids. That's so sad. So with that, also, I think that was a sad ending, but that's my last video for the day. And for those who have not subscribed, I am still reminding you, please, to subscribe is free. So subscribe for me. If you're watching my video, please, I'd appreciate for that. So you all have a good night and a good day for those who are on daytime. And till my next video, thank you so much and ciao, ciao.